Aloha kakayaka. Welcome to our joint committee hearing with the Committee on Water and Land and the Committee on Agriculture. I appreciate Chair Tarnas, Chair Hashem, and Vice Chair Peruso, and committee members for attending today. Today is March 10th, and it is 9:02 a.m. We are having our joint committee hearing via video conference here in room 325 at the State Capitol. The purpose of today's joint committee hearing is to hear a resolution relating to requesting the Department of Land and Natural Resources to convene a task force to develop a feral ungulate management plan for West Hawaii. Because morning hearings must adjourn prior to the noon floor session, not all testifiers may have the opportunity to testify. In that event, please know that your written testimony will be considered by the committee. Those who are testifying today via Zoom, please keep yourself muted and your video off while waiting to testify and after your testimony is complete. The Zoom chat function will allow you to chat with the technical staff only. Please use the chat only for technical issues. If you are disconnected unexpectedly, you may attempt to rejoin the meeting. If disconnected while presenting testimony, you may be allowed to continue if time permits. Please note, the House is not responsible for any bad internet connections or the testifier's end. In the event of a network failure, it may be necessary to reschedule the hearing or schedule a meeting for decision-making. In that case, an appropriate notice will be posted. Please avoid using any trademarked or copyrighted images, and please refrain from profanity or civil behavior. Such behavior may be grounds for removal from the hearing without the ability to join. For anyone testifying in person, we have a sign-up sheet posted outside, and let's go ahead and start. Our first testifier on HCR 17 is Mr. Dave Smith from DLNR. Mr. Smith, the floor is yours.
Not here. He's not here.
Okay. Also, Emma Ewan from DLNR available. Moving on, we have testimony from the Department of Agriculture with comments. We also have testimony from the Hawaii Cattlemen's Council in support, the Hawaii Forest Industry Association in support, Big Island Invasive Species Committee in support, Hawaii Wildlife Fund in support, Hui Aloha Kiholo in support, and individual testimony in support from Shelly Aina, Pulelehua, Kimball, and Grant. That is all the testimony that we have. Oh, I see that we have Emma Ewan.
I'm representing Department of Land and Natural Resources, and we just want to offer our support and are here for questions. Mahalo.
Thank you. Okay, that completes our testimony for today. Members on the Water and Land Committee, any questions or comments to our testifiers? If not, turning it over to Vice Chair Peruso.
Members of the Agriculture Committee, any questions? Seeing none.
Thank you. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to delay decision making to 11:45 p.m. in this room today. 11:45 a.m. Yes, to be exact. And so we'll have decision making then. So that completes our joint hearing. Thank you.
So you can.
Yeah, I adjourn. Mr. Russell Suji. Mr. Suji, the floor is yours.
Good morning, Chair, Vice Chair, members of the committee, Russell Suji for Department of Land and Natural Resources. We submitted written testimony and we'll stand on that testimony, but I just want to explain that we are asking for an amendment to the title and the text just for clarity purposes. And I'm available for any questions you have on that amendment, if anything. Thank you.
Thank you. We also have testimony and support from members at DLNR, Kaylin Miyahara, Barry Chang, and Ian Hirokawa.
They're all with
Moving-
me. Yeah,
Perfect. Thank you, sir. Moving on to the next measure, HC. Members, any questions? See no questions. Moving on to the next measure. Next measure is HCR 4. Our first testifier in support is Mr. Suji. Mr. Suji, you have the floor.
Yeah, good morning. The department will stand on its testimony and support. Thank you. Available for any question.
Thank you. Members, any questions? Seeing no questions, moving on to the last measure, HCR 5. Mr. Suji, if you want to have the floor.
Again, the department will stand on its testimony and support. Available for any questions. Thank you.
Okay. Members, any questions? Mr. Kobayashi.
Hello, Russell.
Yes,
This last one, HCR 5, talks about existing pier and house. What does it mean by house?
Callan Miyakaki here is here. I don't know if a portion of the house is within the shoreline. I think it might be.
Hello,
Yes, you're on, Cal.
Cal Mihara, Land Division. Yes, a portion of the house was built Mackay of his title boundary onto state lands.
And on state land, but inside of an existing wall.
Beyond the existing wall, it's beyond his title boundary. So in between his wall and the shoreline is where the house is built.
Oh, okay.
Any further follow-up, Mr. Kobayashi?
All right. Thank you.
Representative Tarnas?
And
Stand.
thank you, Chair. Just to let the members know, in the testimony, it lays out that the house, that the grantee did not construct the house based on the submission of a 1950 building permit to City and County of Honolulu. And so what we're trying to do here is, after lengthy work by DLNR, is to make sure that now everything is properly permitted and that there is a submerged land lease for that property that where the house is located and other structures. Is that an accurate description?
Yes, in addition to that, Chair, the last two, 4 and 5, SCR 4 and 5, they were not discovered until very recently during, and it often happens when the applicant comes in for a shoreline application, shoreline certification application, and that is the only time that we get wind of and get to go out and inspect these properties. Otherwise, these structures get built without consulting with the department at all, you know, for in the normal context. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate that you're being diligent so that when you see something, you say something.
We
and
do.
we deal with it. So thank you.
Yes.
No further questions. Thank you, Vice Chair.
Members, any further questions? If not, this is going to complete our hearing for today. I will be delaying decision-making to later on today at 11:45 a.m. in room 325. And we'll take our decision-making then. Thank you to the testifiers for being here. The hearing is now adjourned.
Or no,
Oh,
not
excuse me.
adjourned. We're going to recess.
Recess, excuse me. We're
Recess for
recessing.
decision-making at 11:45 today in this room.
We're recessing for decision-making at 11:45 a.m. in this room. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.